Alright, now in my previous video, in my comparison between the M9130 and the Kar98, I was bashing pretty hard on the M9130, and there's good reason behind why I was bashing the M9130. The M9130 has a lot of good points, but I want to show you I want to explain to you several points, not even looking at the, addressing the length or the weight or any of the statistics of the rifles. I want to visually show you, number one, the safety, and a little bit higher quality here with this Sony CyberShot camera. I want to show you the difference between the safeties, number one. That's a huge difference, not even close, between the M9130 and also the M44 and the Kar98. The safety is the first thing. The bayonet, the method of which the Seitengewehr, or the bayonet attaches, that's number two. And number three, I want to show you the difference between the milling, which might be a little hard to show you on film because I'll put it on macro, but I don't know if you'll be able to see the milling for the bolt and inside the chamber. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that too well, but the milling is different between the two 3 rifles. And I think those are the major differences that I wanted to show you. But let's start off first here with this Kar98. Now, first of all, the safety on the Kar98 here. This is the safety on, and you're able to work the bolt. Safety on, but not able to work the bolt. And then also the fire mode here. Now we're going to want to make sure you've got the chamber, nothing in the chamber. You can do that easily by putting your pinky in the chamber. And then fire. This safety system on the Kar98 is does not even come close. This safety system blows both the M44 and the M9130 out of the water. It doesn't even come close. Now when you try to do the same thing here with the M44, I'm going to just show you with the M44, I'm not going to show you both with the M44 and the M9130 because the safety system is exactly identical here. When you work the bolt back, you've got a round chambered and you want to put it on safety. Now I'm not going to be able to do this with the rifle. Well, maybe no, I'm not going to do that. It's hard enough to do it just holding the rifle regularly. When you want to engage the safety here, you have to pull back very hard and then switch it over to the left here and catch it. It's a very rudimentary and primitive safety. It's not very safe the way it's designed, I guess, and it's prone to slip here. It's just not anywhere near as good as the Kar98K. With a Kar98K, when you have it flipped up, you have a visual indicator that literally blocks your line of sight down the barrel when the safety is set to on, but work the bolt, which is basically the middle safety. So it's a very intuitive safety, and it lets you know immediately that you have the safety on by blocking the sight. This safety on Russian weapons is ineffective. It's not ineffective, but it's just not as nice as the Kar98K. It's just not. You see how difficult you have to really pull back. If you get some practice with it, it can be very easy. See, like I can do it no problem because I've been used to it, but it really hurts the fingers on the M44 here, and it does the same thing with the M9130, but the safety, not even close. The Kar 98 is the winner in terms of the safety here. Alright, now the second thing I wanted to show you is the difference in length between the M9130 at 48 inches and the Kar 98K at 43 inches, 5 inches shorter. It doesn't quite look it on here, but it's maybe 4 inches, but about 4 or 5 inches shorter here. Kar 98 over the Mosin M9130. Now when you take into account the M44, however, the M44 is 39.9 inches shorter. So the shortest of all is the M44. That's where the M44 has got an advantage over the Kar 98K. So in terms of carbine, in terms of the three rifles here, the M44 carbine wins out on the length, but just the length of the rifle does not necessarily determine its effectiveness or its lethality or its ease of maintenance. Like I said, there's the design flaw with the safety on the M44 and the M9130. The M44 does have an advantage in size, and it retains almost the same ballistics out to 450, say 450, almost 500 yards as the about 400. We'll say about 400 to 450 yards as the M9130, which is where most of the practical engagements are. Unless you're a really hardcore sniper that's very, very good, shooting out to like 800 yards, you're going to want to have the M44 over the M9130 to be quite pragmatic. Which is also why I believe the Soviets used the M44 in the assault in Berlin in 1945, April-May of 1945, because of the ergonomics and the 39.9 inches as compared to the 48 of the M9130. As you can see, it's a lot more suited for close quarters use, and they also used the Papa-Shaw PPSH-41, which is, you know, a submachine gun in a different class. We're not going to get into that, but I'd say out of the three of these, the only one that can give the Mauser a run for its money would be the M44. Like I said, what I do really like about this M44 is the collapsible bayonet on here, which is really nice. Granted, you're not going to have as far to reach out with as you would with the Kar 98K as the M44, because the M44 is shorter. But I really, really like this this bayonet, collapsible bayonet on the M44. Much, much better than the M9130. Still, though, I'm very partial to the bayonet on the sight and gewehr on the Kar 98K, because you can take on the ramp here on the Kar 98K, you can, I don't have a bayonet so I can't demonstrate this, but you can remove the bayonet and then put it on your utility belt and use it as a, a tool, like I've actually used when I was reenacting here. And you're trying to get 5-round stripper clips out of your ammo pouches. I've actually used the sight and gewehr to pry open 5-round stripper clips out of the leather pouches because they were sticking. And we had more than one person that was doing that, but I think that's an issue with the pouches. I don't know if the original German soldiers had a problem with that. I'd hope not, because they probably would have been dead.